Hey everyone.
What up?
Hey.
Well, hello, Mr. Bond.
Good evening, Mr. Bond. Ah, you got me. You beat me to it.
sorry, George. How you doing?
Good, boys. What's happening? Who am I subbing for today? Who am I pitching
Jay.
for?
Jay is in Colorado.
Jay's in
And
Colorado.
Evan's just a little late. He'll be here.
Okay.
George,
Jay committed the ultimate podcasting sin,
Don't
and I
tell
will give
him.
him no
Wait.
end of crap for this.
What did he do?
Is
What did he
flew
do?
to Colorado and didn't upload his files for the week before he left.
Oh no.
So fortunately, Ian is going to save his ass by logging into his computer. And
I hope
sending
so.
me the-
Oh, okay.
Right, Ian?
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Break into his house. Just
I know,
smash his window. And
I'm
I'm
get
going to have
into
to
the
go
house.
over to his house and to get the file. I mean, come
I'm
on.
already in his computer. I just don't know which file is the right file.
Just do anyone. Ian's fine. Anyone doesn't
Oh,
matter.
they're
I
already.
mean, it'll be J, the date, and then
well, it has
A,
the
B,
one with
C,
the
or 1, 2,
interview, so I don't know if.
Yeah,
that-
we don't have a sneaker net. We're not doing sneaker net connections.
well, we'll work on it at the after the show.
So can I show everybody what we discovered just now as
Yeah.
I was logging
Please
in?
do.
So I was in the little pre room because as you log in for the thing, you have to log in, and then you kind of Ian then lets you into the room. And so I wanted to I didn't know if he saw me, so I sort of was like started waving my hands, and as I was waving my hands, I did the default rock and roll setting, and this happened. So I went from this to this.
So cool.
Oh my god!
And we assumed that you did that totally on
on
purpose.
purpose.
Yeah.
It was like I was as surprised as you, and so we've realized that this is rock and roll. It's
And we-
amazing. So we've
Steve and
got.
I can't do it.
It's because I have a Mac apparently.
Yeah, it's a Mac thing, apparently.
we can
yeah.
do this. We're trying to figure out any other signs we have. We have thumbs up, thumbs down.
Okay, doing okay.
Okay.
They probably get rid of that for reasons.
Yeah,
let's do
right.
peace sign maybe
Oh, peace sign. Yeah.
or heart.
There.
Oh,
Keith,
oh,
George, live long and prosper.
Live long,
Oh,
Let's do it.
Good
Come on.
shit.
Come on.
thumb
No.
out too. Isn't
That'd
it,
be
Oh, I'm
cool.
disappointed. Fail. Total fail.
it's
how
not
could they
the thumb
not-
out too? Is it like
That.
I don't know?
So we did that. So we did. So wait. So this is like
It's like
celebration.
A happy birthday, I think. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Moose antlers.
Yeah, I tried that. Nothing.
Nothing.
Got big antlers like this.
Pick
No
your
middle
nose.
finger either. Middle finger didn't work, unfortunately. They're tracking
There
your
was nothing
emotions. Yeah,
So anyway, but at least we got. So it works this way,
that one's cool.
That's
That's the best.
and I think
Oh my
it works
God,
the
that's
other
so
way as
good.
well.
Yeah,
That's astounding.
pretty good.
It's just astounding.
What will they come up with next? George?
Seriously,
really.
that's like all the computing power of the universe is so that we can pretend we're Ronnie James Dio
Right.
for 8 seconds. I love it. I love it. Let us know in if I'm missing anything in the chat there.
Yeah, if it's
Oh,
a
fireworks too. There's is
Clap.
clap.
You gotta give it. No.
no.
You would
How
think.
about this? Was that
Yeah. wait, no, shut off your camera.
Dula Metza.
Metza? Hmm?
So,
Yeah.
Very limited repertoire. Very limited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bafango. Malokia. You gotta do the Malokia.
Oh, it's right there. It's kind of like that.
I know it's a little similar.
You got to hold it, I guess.
I guess you got to hold it. One more time.
It takes a second.
Double thumbs up or throwing hands up.
There
Oh,
we go.
good.
That's a new one.
Holy crap.
Very good.
Okay, so happy
Yeah.
birthday, man. I hope you have a explosive celebration. Can you imagine? Again, I always say this, but like our 10-year-old selves, like or even our 18-year-old selves with our first computers.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh.
Even our 28-year-old.
even our 52-year-old selves, I know. Just as crazy. Double peace signs. Confetti.
Oh, confetti.
Not Richard
Oh
Nixon.
my God.
Just in
That's
the
right.
air. Just in the air might be.
This is my retirement party.
So,
Anyway, sorry.
Bob,
Okay.
Bob, there's another astronomical event potentially happening this weekend.
Yes.
That will be a good test to see whether or not your curse is truly broken,
Oh.
or was that just an anomaly?
Just a fluke.
Just a
True.
fluke?
True.
So there's a lot of sun activity, a lot of solar activity. It's storming
Well, I mean,
away.
It's really big news. I think it's a geomagnetic storm,
Yeah.
and it's a G4. It's classified as a G4. The first time that
Ooh.
declared that since like 2005. I mean, it's been a while, 20 years since we've actually had a storm this big hit the Earth.
What's the scale? What's the scale? G5?
I think it's
What's the-
5. Yeah, 5 is. I think 5.
When do we revert back to like leather
Yeah,
jackets? and
5
eating meat?
is Road Warrior.
Road Warrior. Yeah.
Is that's got to be
Homunculus.
Carrington event level? I would think of 5 maybe. This is big. This is severe. It's considered severe. So this is big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be horrific, but there's going to be auroras. So farther down south.
Yeah, I was reading as far south in the U.S. as Alabama.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Seeing that.
Okay.
As well.
I had a question.
Yeah.
So I was watching For All Mankind,
Yeah.
right?
Good
I'm
show.
I'm in season 2.
Yeah.
And if you remember, like second or third episode of season 2, there is this large solar event.
Yes.
Did that happen? And we didn't have enough sort of stuff happening at the time that we knew about it, or that's a totally made up? Because it's 1981, I think, is the year it happens in the show. Was
No,
there something like that then?
There happened. Something can hit the moon without hitting the Earth. Depends on where
Sure.
it is. So I don't think they were basing it on a real thing that happened.
Okay.
It was just part of the story arc.
Right. I didn't know if that was just they just made it up to make the drama of
Yeah.
the thing, or if that was something that happened, but because we didn't have enough satellites in the sky, we weren't affected by it as much or whatever.
We would have totally noticed.
What was
Yeah.
it?
Back then.
What happened? Was it an
It was a
impact?
solar storm that hit the moon and it like kills people, because they're like
Yeah, like it
exposed on the
literally
surface.
sort of vapor causes the regolith to kind of bubble.
Yeah, that was
So-
unrealistic. That's never happened.
That's never happened, right? Okay, that's
'Cause we would know that, right? We would see that on the that would erase
Right.
all of the footprints and everything.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so that was
If there was a bad solar storm while we had people on the moon. If there was a really bad solar
That would be
storm,
bad.
it'd be quite bad. That could be
Yeah.
that could be really bad. So
Without the protection of the atmosphere,
they kind of
Yeah.
got lucky in a sense. That's
they
why
would have gotten their lifetime exposure of rads. In
Yeah,
one event.
that's why we need lava tubes.
Lava tubes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because if you're on the lunar surface for a few days, you could roll those dice and you'll
Yeah,
probably be okay.
exactly.
If you're there for a long period of time, it's inevitable. It's inevitable that you will get wiped out unless you have some significant radiation shielding, like lava tubes.
But it's not even just the solar radiation. It's also like micrometeorites.
Yeah.
Can hit the ground, can hit you, or can hit
I
the
hear
ground
it could really sting.
have ejecta that then pierce, that mess with you. It could be, it's the moon surface is not a fun place, in terms of just like safety.
So we have
what
to
is
hope.
that? That's
This is a image of the solar flare in extreme ultraviolet light.
Wow.
On
Make
May
it the
2nd.
extreme ultraviolet.
And then
So-
some of the aurora that
But
might.
we should, Bob. We're supposed to have pretty clear skies this weekend, so we may get to see aurora this weekend.
Yeah.
That would
Have
be
you ever-
amazing. Steve, do you remember seeing one
Yes.
growing up? I
Yeah.
mean, it was faint, but it was the classic ribbon of light.
I believe I was 4 years old at the time.
Could you imagine the storm that caused that?
Yeah.
This had to be what, mid 70s maybe?
No, late 60s.
No.
The only one I remember us seeing as a family, I was 4 years old
How do you know you were 4?
because we were in the old house.
Oh, yeah, I was. Yeah, the one my memory is the other house, the second house.
Yeah, no, we weren't there. We were at the old house.
You've never
Anyway.
seen a full out aurora, like you've never seen a full
No,
A full
Like-
mega, like a classic.
like in Norway kind of thing. Like
no. That's what we were talking. Like, if we're going to plan some
We should
future
totally
SGU
do that.
trips,
Yes.
totally. do.
one of them should be a high probability of a aurora.
You get the
view.
glass house with the thing, like the hotel that's all glass, and you watch the aurora at night and
Oh
you
my
just
gosh, that's
lie in
really
bed.
cool.
The
And
thing is,
yeah.
it's very hard. It's very hard to predict. I mean, it's typically, I think the classic prediction is like 30 minutes ahead beforehand. Can they really say, yes, this is going to be really extreme and visible, and you got 30 minutes type of thing?
Right.
It's not like they can say tomorrow we guarantee you an awesome
Yeah.
aurora. That's really
Right. But you
well, they
can
should
go,
get on that. They should be able
Yeah.
to seed the aurora somehow with like
Mhm.
TV antennas or
But
Space trails.
the
you have
winter
to just
season apparently is
rub balloons and hold them up or something. Maybe do that kind of thing. That'll
Yeah.
do it. That's like my cheap aurora.
Oh,
right.
sure, that'll get 'em.
Like I saw it once. I came out of a rehearsal down here in Pennsylvania. We were doing this is like 15 years ago. we came out of this rehearsal hall that we were practicing in, and the sky's like red. We're all just like, what's going on? Like, what's like, that's the sun set 2 hours ago. Like, what's going on? And it was the aurora. It had reached all the way down to PA.
What?
This is probably like 2002 or something. It was some weird solar storm had happened, and that's as close as I ever got. It was red. I've never seen I want to see the green one. I want to see I want to see this one. That's the one I want. This right there. That's the one I want to see.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just stay there for a week.
Yeah, if you go to like
hide
you go to a high climb, in their winter for a week, you'll probably get to see one. But
well, what was it? Hackman Min just said his sister went to Iceland for 2 weeks and
Nothing.
Well, the other problem is that you're likely to get cloud cover in those parts of the world.
Oh,
too.
right.
Yeah.
I wonder what like early man thought of, like they would see that stuff. That just
there were gods up there.
It's like, seriously, man. Like
Bowling.
the first people that saw Niagara, the first people that saw the the anomalous sky stuff, and just it freaks us out. So like, can you imagine?
But there's also, there are some things that would have happened in the past. Like, what would be like the most amazing natural event that occurred on the Earth? One of the things that I think is in the top 5, at some point, the connection between Gibraltar and Africa.
Oh yeah, right.
That was held back the ocean,
bridge,
and the Mediterranean was dry,
right.
and that gave way at some point, and flooded the Mediterranean. Yeah. I'm sure it took a while, but that would have been the waterfall.
There must have been at some point, like a big chunk happened where it just was unstoppable.
Yeah.
To like be on the side of that and be like, okay, that's a show.
Somebody must have done a CG recreation of that. We got to look for it.
I've never seen it.
There must be something, but but eclipses probably, were just amazing.
Yeah. A meteor storm. Hundreds of streaks a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or big comets too, like any kind,
a really close comet.
Halley's was doing its Halley's dance throughout, and it's been better and worse in whatever cycles it's through. So
there could have been a comet, 1,000 years ago, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 years ago, a comet that was, imagine Halley's comet times 20. Sure, it could have happened, and then it just could have broken up, and nobody, we have no hint of it even now. Imagine that. They could have seen something that were like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's pointed out, if you're in the vicinity of a volcanic eruption, you probably think the world is ending, because your world is ending.
Right. That's true. Well, yeah, like the Vesuvians there wasn't a word for a volcano. Like they didn't. It wasn't even a thing, and they just like, so there's like smoke coming out of the mountain. That's weird. Okay. And then within dead. 30 minutes or whatever, they're all just
the mountain smoking again.
Yeah.
Man.
That's the crazy thing, like that the word doesn't even exist for that phenomenon, because it hasn't happened yet within the recorded history of that particular civilization.
Right.
It's like there's no word for it.
Well, how about a pyroclastic flow? I would just lose my shit. See that coming towards you? Basically, it comes down from a volcano. So certain eruptions will have a pyroclastic flow, which is essentially, imagine superheated gases and boulders and ash coming at you pretty damn fast down the hill, heading towards you. Basically, if you're a cinder, it just fries you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those are scary as shit. It's like not much you can do.
Yeah, tsunamis, and
there's a cave right there.
Doesn't matter. No, but for some, like when volcanoes belch superheated air, there's nothing you could do. You're dead. That's it. If you're in the area,
air fryer.
You can't. No place you can go. There's really nothing you can do.
Yeah.
It's going to explode your lungs. And that's it.
It's what's going to do? It's going to do this. No, that's the wrong one. What was it?
Double thumbs up.
What was the? Yeah, that's just going to happen.
There's a volcano that I saw a TikTok of. I'm trying to find it real quick. Oh, here it is. Okay. That erupts like every 15 minutes or something like that. Let me share this one.
Is it baking soda? And
Yes, it is that type of volcano. Anyway, it's in Guatemala, hiking up a
Mm.
volcano, and apparently it erupts.
run? Good idea.
Wait, who's this guy? I don't want this guy. I want this one. Shut up. There we go. Yeah, this is apparently, I think,
Oh
is
my gosh.
the guide. I think that was the guide.
The guy starts running.
It's just like,
Oh, should
I'm out.
we go? Should we just sit here and watch it?
the music. Hold on, I gotta mute that.
That's nothing.
But yeah,
That's
that
nothing.
There are
it's
people
but
all
yeah,
the
it's
way
not a
up there.
massive one. But
It's
No,
like
you
those avalanche videos too, where people are like watching the mountain, kind of like, oh, look, there's an avalanche like 4 miles away, and then it like keeps coming, and eventually they're like overcome with it. Like it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
every molecule of your being just like freaks out because you're thinking, no, we're safe, but we're not safe.
If you want the ultimate volcanism, though,
Oh, the
the
lightning.
ultimate,
Mm-hmm.
those little mountains erupting, that's shit. Talking of basaltic eruption, a basalt eruption. This is how it was described to me. Imagine you look, and there, from horizon to horizon, there's a curtain of lava coming out of the ground a mile high. And it lasts for, a century. A century. And then it stops, and then it goes for a few more centuries or more. That's a basaltic eruption. That's what.
Can
that's
you
what,
outrun it?
That's what the Earth. You go to the other
No.
side of the Earth, and you're not going to out. You're going to knock it
Yeah.
out.
I mean, is that like what's in the
multiple times?
middle of the continental U.S.? Is that whole supposed like sunken volcano
Mhm.
that whole
The super volcano there.
is that what
Yeah.
that is?
No. This is worse than a super volcano. This is like,
okay.
imagine a huge eruption like that for a century. A century. It's insane. It's
That's just the
mind-boggling.
crust cracks open.
Yeah, right.
It is a crack in the crust like that, and luckily that's not happening. Now or in recent or past or future. Those are like that's like as extreme as it gets, as far as I could tell, for volcanism on the Earth and on the moon.
Oh yeah. Somebody reminded me of this other portion of the video, which also shout out to Instagram. We're streaming on Instagram since they gave us that feature. So we're just playing around with that. It's the same mountain or same volcano. So watch what happens here. A little lightning and wait for it. Boom.
Yeah. That's astonishing.
That's pretty dope.
Such a show. I thought it was fake at first.
I know, but that's pretty wild.
There's something about the clouds that just set up this.
Well,
this
heated
mountain.
air.
Right. The
Heated
static,
air will
whatever.
attract the lightning.
And I think the friction, I think
Mm.
amongst the particles creates the
Mhm.
charges. But
Pretty.
if I saw that, man, that would like make my life. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
look at that.
We
Hey,
gotta
And you
do a
get it on
show.
camera. You have
Mhm.
a good video of it. That's
We should do
Any good
the-
lightning strike is like,
yeah.
yeah. Did you see that? Oh my
I know.
God,
I
that's so
love
cool.
watching lightning.
It's amazing.
It's gorgeous.
We here in the Lehigh Valley, because it's like we've got our own little weather system because we're still surrounded by these two mountain systems that are about 8 miles apart.
Mhm.
So any kind of front, it just comes down this funnel. So I used to just stand in the parking garage, just on the roof when storms would come in, and you would just watch this whole panoply, this whole horizon of just lightning and thunder. It was
Mhm.
so cool. Such like the best light show ever.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, very pretty. There's far more lightning that goes from the clouds up than
Yeah.
the clouds
Right.
down.
Right. Ground up too apparently happens.
Yeah, ground up. Well, I think most lightning is ground up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But the clouds go up in clouds up above is actually much more common than the clouds
Right.
to the Earth. So if you're like in orbit, so that would be something you could see. Like if you're in the ISS, that would be a show.
Right. And
I
then
mean, it would be worth going
It's
up to the
also-
ISS just for the show that you get. I would risk it.
oh yeah, for like a limited trip like that, totally.
Yeah.
Like long-term space flight.
No.
I used to think like, oh yeah, I'd do it, and it's like there's no way.
No.
There's no way. Go to Mars or whatever. Like there's no way.
I have to be. Yeah. I mean, as cool as that would be, I have to be honest with myself. I would get so stir crazy.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think being in a capsule for 3 days to get to the moon. I don't know, man. That would be really tough.
Yeah, I could swing that, but 3 years.
Yeah,
Three-
yeah, like
3
months,
years of
months.
round trip, basically. Like months.
I went crazy during the pandemic, like being in my house for like days on end with no ability. You know what I mean? That drove me crazy.
Yeah, there's a certain psychological profile that has to be okay with like
Yeah, like you'd have to use like submarine people. People that
something.
can handle that. But I would think you would need really decent VR for anything like that.
That would help.
That would take the edge off hugely. I would think.
Yeah. Do either of you guys get claustrophobia?
Not really. No.
Have you ever been in an MRI scan?
Yes, and no problem.
Done that yet? No, but yeah, I've heard.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. I had an hour and a half MRI. Which
90 minutes?
Yeah, it was for research. So I was in there for 90 minutes. And the problem is when you're in the MRI scan, the thing you don't realize, I never thought it would affect me at all. But at some point you realize how completely helpless you are.
Yeah.
Like you're shoulder to shoulder.
I'm in a blender.
In this tube, like there's no way you can get with the realization that you're stuck. There's no way you can get out. Then it causes some panic. I was able to go to my happy place and get through it. It was fine, but definitely I had something primal in the deep part of my brain was like, you should be totally panicking right now.
When we were in New Zealand, we went to the worm caves in Waitomo. Was it Waitomo?
Yeah.
And Steve, I don't think you went into the lower part. Like
no.
A bunch of us went down, and to get into these massive caves. So there's this massive cave system.
Yeah.
You get in there, and they have these bioluminescent worms that hang from the ceiling. So when you get into this one cavern that's just large, you look up, and it's like you're looking at the stars. It's amazing,
gorgeous.
But to get to that thing, first off, you have to jump off this little ledge into your tube because you're in this tube thingy. And then at one point you have to go under, there's like a ridge, and you have to go under this ridge that's just water. It's all water. There's maybe like that much clearance, and it's like probably that far that you have to kind of put your head under and go underneath this thing and get to the open section.
You felt it?
There was like a moment of just like, all right, I really got to bear down and just because your brain starts thinking.
Yeah, your brain's like this is good.
Okay.
I mean,
Speaking of brain, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hey, am I late?
You are late.
Just as bad.
Also, is my audio delayed? Because I've got my VPN on, so it
is delayed.
A little, yeah, it is.
You want me to log out and log back in without?
If you don't mind, please.
I will do that. Back in a moment.
We'll do it again.
So I just watched a recent documentary on the Neanderthals. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's very good. Patrick Stewart is narrating it. And one of the caves that they're investigating, you have to crawl through these tunnels.
Yeah. Is that where they use just women, small women to get in?
So there were you have to be thin. You have to be rail. There were some guys in there too, but you have to be rail thin to get in there. But even then, you're kind of worming your way through. You have to have your bag in front of you, and you have
that's a lot.
No, I would never do that. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think that would get to me. Being underground with so much on top.
It's like,
and
bore a tunnel I can walk through, and I'm there.
Yeah.
But
if there's a golf cart, I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, like those divers that swim through the stuff too. It's like, whoa.
Did you read that story about that guy in a cave and he went down the wrong section?
Upside down.
Oh, right.
Got stuck upside down. Yeah. Hours and hours and hours. They tried to get him out. Couldn't get him out. They just had to let him die in the cave.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is my worst nightmare. Yeah. My absolute worst.
I would just give me some drugs and OD. Give me an overdose of some cool drug.
Evan, claustrophobic at all?
I think so, although I don't know that I've really been put in a situation to really
test
let's do it.
that. Let's do it.
I had the open MRI when I had my arm done.
That's the weenie MRI.
Weenie had
WMRI.
You mean the MRI you would have taken in a heartbeat over the actual?
As I was saying, I did a real full MRI.
I know.
And a half
you told me
deep
that.
in there. I got through it. But it
what did you think of? Where did you go? What was your process?
I just had, had to calm myself down.
Like, you think of songs? Did you think of?
I
like,
don't remember,
You don't
George.
remember? Okay.
I don't
I'm
remember.
curious.
Just
It
in
was
case
literally 20 years ago.
Oh, 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
20.
yeah.
What were you doing 20 years ago? What was it?
Okay.
Oh, Sopranos episodes.
That's right. Yeah.
I wonder if he's dead.
That
Do you
that
know?
newfangled iPhone on the horizon.
Yeah, yeah.
Man.
That Perry went to his grave refusing to believe that
yes.
Tony Soprano was dead.
That's right.
Really?
Yeah.
Spoilers, by the way.
Oh,
spoilers.
he hated the end of that series.
He hated it. Perry doesn't like the surprise twist endings just
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
hated Fight Club.
Oh,
Hated
God. Remember that when we saw?
Really?
He was
Yeah.
so mad.
Interesting.
Not just hated. He was mad.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
end of the movie, like got angry with,
But
with the
he
director. Oh my god!
insisted that
Yeah.
that ending to The Sopranos, spoiler alert, did not indicate that Tony Soprano was dead, which it 100% did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, there's no question.
No question.
There's no question about that.
It's
but
probably
no.
the best demonstration of death in film
Yeah,
ever.
right.
Of just done.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow.
We watched it together and like we thought, did the
He was
power
right.
go out? Did the
Right,
TV get
right.
What happened? They're like, no,
Did the
no,
power-
that's it.
That's
And then
it.
there was this. Then like, what does that mean? I'm like, he's dead. Perry would have none of it.
Nope.
Wow.
That mop's just dead.
That's
Trust
it.
me, Perry. Trust me, I'm dead. Believe me, trust me.
He's coming back.
I'm dead. It's just done. It's over. It's over. What do you think? I'm alive somewhere? I'm having fries in a diner. What do you think?
Yeah.
Sopranos was a great show. Really, really good. That was like the beginning of like the real HBO,
Yeah.
like real blockbuster series. Like better written than most movies. Like really, really good. Fantastic
Was it the
acting.
first?
It was one
Sopranos-
of the first. It was one of the first. It was
Yeah,
like
one of the
early
first.
days of that.
Sopranos or Breaking Bad? Which one? Yeah,
They're
Breaking
both
Bad.
great. Sopranos was
Bad.
before Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
but they
you
were
gotta
both
pick-
great.
You have
both
to pick
great.
one.
Breaking Bad.
Probably Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad was just one notch.
Okay.
above that.
Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones.
Breaking Bad.
Bad.
Ooh,
Okay.
there you go.
Breaking Bad and Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
I refuse to answer.
On the
It's
advice
it's
of my
hard,
Two
it's
different-
hard to compare those two. They're
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
obviously, the Breaking Bad, the writing and everything is it's a totally different level.
Okay. So
But-
Breaking Bad and The Wire.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think they're equivalent.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Wire
I'm-
was great. Did you watch the whole thing?
I did. I watched 3 seasons. I didn't watch the.
I mean, I do think Breaking Bad was a little bit more like artistically written, and like there were some episodes, like the spider episode. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. So yeah, I think I'd have to give it to Breaking Bad, but The Wire was such a good show, though.
Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul.
Breaking
Oh,
Bad. Better Call Saul's good.
Saul was wonderful.
It was good.
Wonderful, man. I
I
loved
mean,
it.
best prequel. No,
Yes.
nothing's even close ever. Close
Yeah, it was
ever.
a great. It was
Good ending. Had a good ending.
It
Yeah.
was a great prequel, and I remember I don't know if I was reading an article or watching an interview with one of the people, the writers. They're like, because like the audience knows where you end up,
Yeah.
right? But what's interesting is
Harder,
how you get there, and that's sort of a good prequel surprises you on like how
Yeah.
things ultimately arrive at where they're going to end up. Like, because that he can't die, right? He's immortal for that series because.
Right. And there's certain actors that don't show up in Breaking Bad. So you're like, what happened to them?
Yeah,
Are
that's
they gonna
right.
die? Are they
Right.
I was convinced that his wife was gonna die. I was like, she's gotta die, because it's the only explanation why we didn't see her. And it's gonna be so heartbreaking when she dies. And spoiler, she doesn't. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
I agree.
I explained why she wasn't there in the best way. I mean, that was the challenge of the Star Wars prequels that
Yeah.
kind of like dropped the ball.
Oh yeah.
Where you
Don't
had
get
this
me started.
opportunity. I know. But it's like, look, I mean, Shakespeare, right? Everyone, like the story of Romeo and Juliet, the people that were watching that, they knew the story. It's like watching, Cinderella. Like, the
Yeah.
story. It's how you tell the story.
Yeah.
That matters. It's not necessarily the plot.
Right.
So even if
No,
you
no,
know,
totally. And sometimes knowing where you're getting
Yeah.
adds to the anticipation and the
Completely.
it could if you leverage it correctly.
Right.
Yeah, which
Mhm.
Better Call Saul 100%.
Just nailed it. Just nailed
Yeah,
it.
100% did.
And it wasn't just fan service too. That's the other thing that sometimes
Right.
you run into, just like, oh, I know that. I remember that thing. I remember that thing too. As opposed to, oh,
Yeah.
like, why is that thing there? Oh, here's why it's there. You know,
But,
why
you know,
did he have all these awful suits? Oh, because he was trying to get fired from the thing. And you know, it's just so smart.
Game of Thrones was a fun ride, and the first few seasons were great.
Wonderful, yeah.
Some of the best characters on TV. You know, very interesting, very dark in a very gritty way. Loved it. I read the book before I saw the series. Right?
Yeah,
You
the
know,
book
knew the
was
story.
amazing.
And then the last 2 seasons were shite. You know, they just
Yeah.
really just
Killed the
took a
legacy.
Total
What
total
happens?
nosedive.
What happens?
They, you know, the writers just gave up. You know,
Is that the best example of something like really like losing its legacy by
Well,
its ending? Is
the
there
class? The
Lost.
classic is Lost.
Lost.
It's the classic.
better? Right?
Another.
That last season of Lost, and the
Yeah.
other one is
doesn't-
Battlestar Galactica. The remake of Battlestar
Right.
Galactica was a great series.
Right.
The problem is the ending was horrible.
Yeah.
And you know, one of my criteria for that is if like when you're watching, like, it's easy to generate mystery. I shouldn't say easy, but that's sort of like these like Lost and Battlestar Galactica, whatever, and even Great Game of Thrones. Like it generates a lot of mystery, and that's part of why they're so awesome and they suck you in. And resolving it in a satisfying way is hard.
Really hard.
Is a lot harder.
Yeah.
But when like I'm thinking of endings that are better than what they ultimately came up with, to me,
Right.
that's always like, really? That's what she was an angel? That's your fucking ending?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. They were dead the whole time?
That is the Dallas.
I know.
Right.
The whole
Right.
Oh, the whole season was a dream.
Right. Whole season was a dream.
The
Hi,
last
Bobby.
season they were dead the whole time.
Yeah, last season. But for Lost, for me, that doesn't. It's still.
It was still a fun ride.
must-see series.
It
No
was a
matter
fun ride.
no matter what, it's still a wonderful.
But it's like
series.
that. I know. It's like when the
It's a
dessert
total
of a
cop-out.
meal is terrible. The meal
Yeah.
might have been fantastic, but you're left with the last bit, which was not good.
Enterprise, its ending was they had that, like, it's on the holodeck
Yeah.
where like you wonder if the whole show was just a holodeck thing that was done.
Enterprise was a good show and
Yeah.
a satisfying ending. Breaking Bad had a very satisfying ending.
Yes.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Enterprise. What you said? Enterprise?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
fine.
Because it was like, you know, that when Troy and
Yeah,
what's his face come back and they're like on a holodeck.
I really enjoyed that show, and I wish they could have gone a couple more seasons, man. It really pissed me off. A lot of people were upset with the way.
Yeah. Deep Space Nine had a fine ending. It was good.
Yeah,
Solid series. Solid. It was one of
Very-
my
What about
favorite
season
Star
2
Trek
of Firefly?
beyond
Oops.
solid.
Oh boy.
Oh, what'd I do there?
Why did you
Firefly was such a good show. I mean, again,
Oh my god!
they're trying to wrap it up
Good
in
after
one
you, Bob.
movie.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's better
Ridiculous.
than nothing, but I mean, please.
The
I
book
want-
Hannibal was like that. I don't know if you ever read the
I did.
sequel to
Yeah.
the Silence
The
of the Lambs.
sequel was good. The
Yeah,
book was good. The sequel book was
Until
good.
the last chapter.
Yeah, well, I forget now.
the
What was
sequel.
last-
Yeah, she basically is like Clarice.
Oh yeah. She
hooks
go-
up with
she hooks up
Hannibal,
with
and they
him,
go
yeah.
and they go live happily after ever.
I
after.
agree
Like,
with that.
Well, that is a
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a surprise
yeah.
ending. I'll give
I mean,
you
it's
that.
like there was literally like 18 pages left, and I'm like, boy, he's gonna really pull something together here.
And
I'm like,
That's
you know, I'm like,
it. Yeah.
They're
No,
having
he's
sex, and they're
I
like, they run off
agree.
together. What the?
He's a master manipulator, man.
Because
Master.
Silence of the Lambs is a great book, and like and again, up to the last 20 pages of Hannibal, it was amazing.
She has daddy issues apparently.
And then it's just like, what?
It was terrible. It was.
Ugh.
That was. Yeah. You know, you don't want a character to act that far out
Yeah.
of character. Yeah.
And he never wrote another one. There was never a follow up.
Yeah. But it was so the writing in that second book was amazing. in
Yeah,
parts,
oh yeah,
so.
no, the whole thing with like the describing the when he's like when he skins the guy who's the deer
Yeah.
hunter, he catches the deer hunter and skins like, oh, but it's so good, it so draws you in and clever and the whole thing, and then
He
just
eats the guy's brain while he's still alive.
while he's still alive, yeah,
Yeah.
and then like, oh no, okay, they're gonna hook up and go and like, what?
But my favorite part was actually the lecture that he gave. About
Yes.
in
In Italy.
Oh,
in Italy, and then he carries out an execution
the
in the
actual
same
thing,
style.
yeah.
Yeah. It was very
very
erudite.
convenient
Yeah.
for the movie.
So I have some breaking news that I think Perry is correct, by the way, about the
So-
Sopranos ending. I saw this actually on Twitter, but these
No.
guys were searching were searching for this lost tape that had been rumored to exist, specifically surrounding the decision. If you guys are sports fans, if you remember the decision, which was LeBron James and where he was going when he decided in 2010. This video happened in 2010. And you'll see.
Tony, I'm so glad we moved to New York. Life is so much better now.
Life's good here, Carl. Even if we are in the witness protection program.
Now we just gotta find a place for your friend LeBron to live. What's he like?
Well, he's a modern guy, but he respects tradition.
Well, here's something classy on the east side.
Was it big enough? It's going to be entertaining a lot of people in New York.
Anyway, I mean, it goes on for I think
That's fake. That's fake. That's not me. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is not canon.
It's
I
not
don't.
canon.
Claiming it's canon.
The only cannon was put against my head when I was shot in a diner. That's the only cannon when they're
By
talking
that guy, a fucking guy with the members only jacket.
I
So
mean, he said they're witness protection. I don't know.
I read an interview with the writers,
Yeah.
and he would not say 100% that he was dead, but it was very clear that was the case. And at
Then
some
why not
point,
say it? I don't get it.
And at some because that's the whole point is they want to leave it ambiguous.
Yeah.
But the interviewer asked him any sequels.
Then it's not obvious. Okay.
And he said, well, we might do a prequel,
Right.
and which they ended up doing. They did do a
Right. With his
prequel.
son, with Gandalf.
But I mean, so he wouldn't commit to a sequel because he's fucking dead.
He's dead. Yeah.
There's not going to be any sequel.
He had to die. I mean, there had to be repercussions
to
for his
die.
whole lifestyle and the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
I can't
again,
believe
it's
that
just
the actor died, man.
The actor
Sucked.
died. Yeah.
Yeah.
James
Gandalf-
Gandolfini. Yeah. That
That
sucks.
sucked.
Right. The prequel was good. I liked it. Again, like seeing how they get there. Like, you know where they end up. But
right.
Yeah.
Right. A little fan servicey. There were a
Yeah.
couple little moments, but
A little bit.
and it was just cool to see Gandolfini's son playing him was kind of cool.
Yes. Yeah.
That was pretty smart
Yeah,
casting.
yeah. The whole fan service thing is interesting because there's a sweet spot where just enough can be very satisfying, but
Right.
it gets cringeworthy so quickly, and you got to be a master to know where that sweet spot is.
Yeah, Star Wars is the worst at it, where it's just like, oh, there's R2-D2 in the market.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. It's
The
like,
worst.
I remember that.
Here's the worst. Probably the worst aspect of the prequels. C-3PO was Darth Vader's fucking droid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, what?
yeah. I mean, come on.
No, and that they had all these adventures with Ben Kenobi, and then when he sees him the first time, he's like,
Who are you, my friend?
Yeah. I don't remember ever owning a droid before, except for those years where I owned you.
We're like, we had, you literally were my flight droid.
The Clone Wars,
Sidious and all
yeah,
that.
they tried to
other than
retcon
that,
Like, what?
They wiped C-3PO's memory, which is like, okay, at least they threw that line out there, but
Yeah,
it just was
you know,
stupid. The whole thing was dumb.
it's just weird.
They could have
it was
worked them in
forced. I know.
could
it
have
was
worked
so
them in better,
shoehorned. It was
rather
ridiculous.
than
There's also the thing of like the reason that Ben Kenobi is dressed the way he is because they're on this Tatooine, the desert planet, right? So he's
Yeah.
dressed in these like loose
desert robes.
Yeah, just
and
called
then that
Jawa wear.
becomes the Jedi outfit.
Mhm.
So all these little
Right.
little Padawans are wearing the desert outfit, even though they're not. They're on Coruscant or whatever the hell that planet is
yeah.
where they train the Jedi. It's like that, that Jedi look. That's not a Jedi look. That's just what he was wearing because he was in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
And now every little kid has the cloth thing or whatever. And then
Well,
like
Yoda
the
had
blast
kind of
shield.
rags
They're
and
training with the
stuff.
blast shields, right? The little kids are training
Yeah.
with which was an incidental of like, oh, we're sitting on this Millennium Falcon. Oh, like put the blast shield on. I'll just grab that and use that. It wasn't like part of like this tradition of Jedi. It's just an incidental thing. And it's like that's like the worst. Oh, now all the kids are having blast shields and they're fighting with the. It's like, God, just write other stuff.
Hey,
Just
what good's a
write-
blast shield you can't see out of, anyways? I mean, what? I don't have. That's
Right.
never made sense to me.
Like, yeah, this visor.
Okay, put this on, protect your eyes. Okay, just sit there and don't move. And at least your eyes will
Fly
be
into
safe.
the-
What? What is a blast shield?
Here's
Come on.
one I recently read. Force sensitivity is genetic, right? It's passed down in the family.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
then why are Jedi celibate? You don't want to pass that shit
Are
down.
they?
Yeah. No, I agree. I thought about that too. If anything, they should be like the Bene Gesserit, trying to breed the Kwisatz Haderach of
Yes.
Jedi. I mean,
That was a
fucking,
mouthful.
we're gonna take our best genetic
Right.
force-sensitive specimens,
Right.
and you're celibate, no sex. Come on.
Yeah.
You would genetically
Come on.
engineer an army of Jedi, wouldn't you? Using that, I mean,
You could.
why wouldn't you?
But the thing is, I think they count on the fact that all Jedi are going to get a little on the side, basically.
You
Is
go
that
see those
cool?
geneticists out on planet,
They're all-
Ding Ding or whatever the
A
heck
little-
it was,
they're
where
all
they made all,
doing-
a million Boba Fetts. You can make a
A little
million,
force reach around there.
make a million,
They're doing a little bit of a
Anakins or
Jedi
something.
mind trick, on the weekend.
That's right.
Yeah, oh,
Wow.
gosh.
You will give me a hand
Here
job.
we go. Here we go.
Anyway, do you guys want to
True.
see what it looks like going into a black hole? Not to
beg your
piggyback
pardon?
off that,
Yes.
but
Speaking of, yeah.
no,
Couldn't play that video.
no.
Let's see it.
You've seen the video. I don't know if you guys talked about it.
tried
on the
to
Going
see
show.
into a black hole.
Wouldn't play.
Disney back in 1979. Was that
Right.
that?
So enter black hole. There it is.
Oh, I mean, it's a representation.
Yeah, certainly.
And I don't know. Would you even really
Impulse
see
only.
that?
Wolf
Yes,
factor one.
that's what you would see.
A tennis
That's the
ball.
best estimate of what you would see.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Could be all-
yeah,
could be all
they slow it
choppy like
down
that?
at the
And
peak.
wait, when we go through, wait, say it all again. 2 points.
It's not an estimate.
Well, it's
It has to be a rendering. I mean,
certainly.
there's no observation of a black hole.
They took a picture of one.
Yes, they
fucking
did.
picture of
Right.
one.
Right. However, would your eyes see that if you were in space? Is that what you're saying?
If it wasn't crushed.
I think it would.
Presumably it would be
That
crushed.
accretion disk
But
is bright as
isn't it?
hell.
You
You'd
never
be
actually get
blinded
into
by
it,
the
though, right?
rays, wouldn't you? You wouldn't see anything.
From your perspective, you never reach
No,
it.
Right.
From your perspective, yes. From an outside
From an out-
observer, no. You never quite.
You would need one of those Sagan ships of the imagination to witness it, kind of thing.
So
No,
what
but I
is
thought
that?
from your perspective, your time slows down and slows down and slows down. You never get inside of it.
Simulation.
You never actually reach
Right.
it, or do you reach it?
Oh yeah, you do. You're spaghettified. Very.
Yeah, what
very
happened to
quickly.
that
It's the
part?
outside,
Bob,
the outside observer.
to the outside observer, but he's saying from your perspective,
your
you're
perspective.
falling into the black hole. I think I've read that as well, that you, because of time dilation, like you would never get into the black hole.
Yeah, but Steve, think about it. If you're traveling at with a relativistic speed and your time dilation happens, time is always normal to you. It's always normal.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that, but that's
To an outside observer, that was when you see.
Oh, I guess because your seconds are still ticking away, the way they're ticking away. So you're gonna fly into it.
Yeah, you're ripped apart very fast.
But the
I mean,
person watching in the telescope never sees you actually enter. You just
Right.
get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer
Right.
and never get in. All
but
right.
we see stuff falling into black holes.
Okay, so yeah.
Isn't
do
it
we?
just the image of it like slowly dissipates to some degree?
Yeah,
Like it redshifts or something like
Redshifts, yeah.
away, and then because otherwise we would see it all like everything that ever fell into it. I think, but like there was a Veritasium, I think, video.
Someone
but-
just said that. Yeah, Malavender said Veritasium.
Oh
had a
yeah, he
great
did.
Video on that.
Oh, he did
pretty
this?
good. It's long, but you
Yeah.
should watch it because he does go into the redshifting. Anyway, that was a pretty interesting little simulation. Pretty cool.
I love that
Neat.
that's the idea, because they used to represent black holes as swirls,
Mm-hmm.
like a whirlpool. And then
Mhm.
when the Christopher Nolan film, when they were, I guess, using some high calculations to try to figure out how to present, they came up with that, which actually was the much more accurate
Yeah, they did.
way to show it. And then and then a year later, they took that image of one, and it matched up perfectly with relatively perfectly what they had computed for a movie, which is like so cool,
Right.
because the movie has money to spend on computer simulations and stuff. They have an actual budget.
They actually published a paper based on the work they did for that
Yeah.
movie.
Right.
That's right. Evan, do we have time to run through your
We can do Jeopardy now.
Oh, yeah, you wanna do Jeopardy?
Because George has a hard out at 6.
I got to go do my show. I'm
Okay, I think we
playing-
can get this done in 13 minutes. Let me
Yeah.
share this screen.
it.
I go to share screen,
Here.
and then I choose the screen to share and share the screen.
And then afterwards, we could do. There's a couple other things we could do, but let's
Sure.
do this first. It'll be
All
fun.
right. So The game we played this past week was called Crypt, and therefore I based the trivia on the theme of Crypt. So we got Crypt, Keeper, Zombies, Bob, as promised, and
Thank you.
Gallimaufry,
Gallimaufry.
which is like a jumbled random.
Gallifrey.
Yeah.
Doctor Who reference.
All right. George,
Oh,
you're our guest, so you control this board.
Ooh, let's go Crypt for 200, please.
All right. I didn't have a chance to really review these. I hope they're all correct. A crypt is typically found
Mausoleum.
below
Mausoleum.
this type of building. The crypt is typically found below this type of building.
church?
It is a church, Ian.
Oh.
Yes. Thank you.
Jesus, man.
But a mausoleum, isn't that where you put the coffin?
A mausoleum is an
Yeah.
above ground
Freestanding
Above
church.
ground.
Like
Oh, right.
enclosure in which it has like compartments, like storage containers.
Nice
it's been
done,
multiple.
Ian.
Okay, Ian.
Let's do. I'm going to give it to Bob. Zombies for 200.
Ooh,
Yeah,
here we
baby.
go. This book's subtitle is
What was he?
An Oral History of
Ooh.
War Z.
the War.
Good job.
World
A
War
wonder-
Z.
A wonderful book. You must listen. Don't read that. Listen to the audio. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
George,
Zombies for 1,000.
Ah,
1,000. Leading minds disagree whether they should even be considered
zombies.
zombies at all because of a zombie's ability
Oh.
to do this.
Reproduce.
I mean, move.
Ooh.
Move.
I give it
Run.
to Bob. Run.
Run.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Blood flowing. I mean, what the hell, man? What, George?
Huh.
George was upset because he's like, of course.
In a way, they do reproduce. All of them, right? In a way.
Yeah, I guess viral.
Zombies for 800.
Or spread.
A being in a thought experiment
T-zombie.
Damn it. I knew it was going to be in there.
to a normal human being, but does not have conscious experience.
Nice.
God damn it.
Come on, I had to get that one.
I know. I gave it to you.
600.
The zombie and alcoholic drink
Rum.
has
Both
both dark and light types of this liquor. It is rum. Chia.
Rum. Wow, I got to try that.
You've had a couple
Nice.
zombies in your time, George? Maybe.
Yeah. I've been around them. I've been around them.
Yeah, that's- and
Let's go to
zombies.
Crypt for 1,000, please.
Crypt 1,000. The word crypt is derived from the Greek word
Box.
crypte, which
Oh.
means this.
Coffin, hole,
No.
Under.
Mystery.
No.
subterranean.
Down.
You're
Below.
You're tiptoeing
Oh.
around it.
Barry.
Yeah.
Pit.
Kryptonite.
Underground.
Impatient ape got it.
Oh, did they get it? Chat
I'm
got
not
it?
looking.
Chat
Oh.
got it.
I saw it. Never mind. I'm not going to look.
3 seconds.
Round.
Few more seconds.
Visto Tutti got it. It is
Money?
hidden.
Hidden. Oh, I said
Hidden.
mysterious. That's what I was going for.
Hidden.
Yeah, you were close too,
Not good enough.
but not for the 1,000-point one.
No.
All right,
No
So,
freebies this time, Steve.
George.
I think
Crypt
mystery.
800, please.
I think you ripped me off there, Evan.
An
Catacombs.
underground,
Catacombs.
Oh, catacombs.
Bob got it.
Oh,
an
God.
underground
Oh,
cemetery
good.
Thank you,
is
Nice,
George,
Bob.
for
the
paying
tunnels built
attention.
by the ancient Romans. Who said it first? Steve?
No,
Bob.
Bob.
Bob
got
said
it.
it first.
Roberto.
Oh, wait. I have to say something.
What?
There is Bob actually got one of the questions ahead from last time. Discord has made a point that they want justice for Bob. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You
I'm
gave
sorry to cut it in.
Evan gave him points for that.
I know, but I'm just
Didn't
saying
I?
from last time, Bob was technically ahead.
It happens
who-
more often
okay,
than
but
you
who-
would believe.
Oh,
From
my
who
God.
should I subtract the points from?
No, it's
this
fine.
time?
It's fine. We just wanted to call out justice
Okay,
for Bob.
it'll go to
There's
the official
a
record
shirt is
keeper.
being
Thank you.
made and a website is also up. So justice for Bob.
Very good. Justice for Bob.
Anyway,
You can
Keeper for
donate here.
600. Keeper for 600.
Keeper for 600, says Bob. A child might make this specious argument.
Finders
concerning-
keepers.
Steve, I think you got it first.
100%.
Nice.
Take that, Discord.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to
No, I didn't hear finders. I heard keepers.
No,
I
challenge.
said
He
finders.
said finders.
Let's do the Gallimaufry for 200.
200. Tony the Tiger thinks they're great.
Frosted
Frosted
Flakes.
Flakes.
Who said
Cornflakes.
Frosted Flakes
Yeah,
first, George?
Frosted Flakes.
George.
George is stumbling over it. We'll give it to him.
Wait,
I just watched the
It's the
Unfrosted
easy
movie,
ones.
too.
Yeah, I watched Unfrosted too. I'll talk to you about
So
that.
wait,
in a
is this,
second.
is this category alliteration? What's the deal?
No,
Oh, this is a random category. It's
Let's
hodgepodge.
go Gallimaufry for 1,000, please.
The National Bagpipes of Ireland.
Wait, they're
Is that a band or you mean an instrument?
no,
It's
it's
an
an
instrument.
It's called something.
has a
different.
name. I want to see if anyone in the chat
The
gets
bag,
it.
put the pipes.
The pipes of Ireland.
Colin,
Super bagpipe.
Grimbeard not slain.
don't say it out loud.
Oh wait,
Grimbeard got his second guess. Got it.
Iranthian. Fuck.
George, you're close.
I know. Damn it.
I'll give you a few seconds. I know you gotta go. but I'll give
Aranthian,
Few more seconds.
Arungalan.
You're close.
Yeah.
They're called
Willian.
Julian pipes or
Julian.
Julian.
Shit,
I'm not
okay.
sure exactly.
Nerds.
They're like
And you
metal,
had it on
right?
the. You had it. I could
It's
tell,
like-
George.
yeah.
You were close.
800. Get them off free.
Yep. A Norwegian archipelago in the Arctic Ocean,
Oh,
famous
yeah,
for
yeah.
its global seed vault. Who said it?
Nobody said it yet.
Unless
Unless it's called O.
No, it's not called though.
It's Cedar Lago.
Vladik.
Vladislav.
You know what it
Last one?
starts with?
Svalbard.
Odysseus, correct. John, correct. Impatient ape, correct.
Skarsgård.
Svals.
Svalbard.
Svalbard.
Ah, fuck.
Svalbard.
Should I give that to Steve? You think?
I got that from the Golden Compass.
Oh, there you go.
I'll give it to Steve.
All right.
All right.
600. Got them out for me.
I'm
Matzah.
sorry. A
Matzah, yeah. Ian got it.
thin,
Ian
crisp,
got it.
unleavened bread traditionally eaten by Jewish people during Passover is matzah. Steve, you got that
We
right.
eat the
No, I got it.
matzo.
You got that before me, Ian?
I heard Ian.
I just yelled it, so I don't know.
Did you
Okay.
even hear me, Steve?
I did.
That's
we
the
didn't.
problem.
No.
That is the problem.
Give it to Ian. Good
All
job.
right, I'm already losing. Come on.
Bob, if you think you got it, I'll give it to you.
I don't know. I didn't hear Ian, so I can't even say.
Okay.
But I
Should
definitely definitely beat Steve. I know that's all I know.
I got it.
Should I
Hey.
leave
Hmm?
zombies for Bob or
Zombies? Finish up the zombies.
All right, let's do
here.
it. Cranberries. No. Okay.
It revolutionized the horror
Night
movie
of the
genre.
Dead.
20.
Hey, Bob, and set
oh.
the standard for all
Night of the
future
Dead.
zombie movies.
George Romero.
Couldn't be famous song sung by this Irish band.
Keeper for 1,000.
Keeper 1,000. This cartoon character's full name is Willie Sean Moran MacDougall.
Scrooge McDuck.
One-Eyed Willie.
No.
The category
One-Eyed
is
Willie.
Keeper.
The Crypt Keeper.
Oh, the Goonies. The Goonies pirate.
Nope.
Fuck.
One-Eyed Willie.
But it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
Full character.
Patient Ape, you're right.
Willie. Groundskeeper Willie. Groundskeeper Willie.
Groundskeeper Willie.
Oh, nice, George.
This is
Nice.
Oh, good.
Jesus.
Oops, sorry. Gotta give it to George.
Grease me up, woman.
I'm from Orkney. Okay. Geo.
Dune tune.
So good.
Keeper 800.
Ape
Bees.
Beekeeper.
Beekeeper. Who said it first?
They just yelled bees though. Not the bees.
I gotta give you that. Who got that? Steve?
I think George said it first.
All right, George. All right. Ooh, it's
Where you have
close
dogs
here.
with bees in their mouths and the bees come out.
Full of bees.
Crypt 600, please.
Okay. When an animal's existence is disputed or unsubstantiated
Cryptozoology.
by science.
Cryptid.
Bob, I'm going to give it to
Cryptid,
you.
Bobby.
Cryptid.
Good. Well
Good
done.
job.
Sometimes call this a cryptid. Oh, you were tied. This is so close.
Steve,
This is
you didn't
exciting.
get that. What did you say, Steve?
Wow.
Nothing. George
Someone
said
said
cryptozoology. and you
cryptozoology.
said
Well,
cryptid.
Yeah, George said that.
Kind of really. Yeah.
Crypt for 400.
Okay. To put information into
Encrypted.
a special form. Oh,
Encrypted.
good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ian. So most people cannot read it.
Encryption.
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 Oh boy.
Let's go Gallimafray. Gallimafray. Right.
The odds of rolling a 7 using 2d6 are this, rounded up. I want the percentage rounded up.
33%.
22%.
Nope.
No.
20%.
Nope.
35%.
It is
Impatient.
36%.
5%.
Nope.
Wait,
Nope.
let's calculate it. 2, 6.
It's one-
1, 6.
it's 1/6, yeah.
1/6, right? 136.
No.
it's
I'm rolling any 7. I should have
Oh,
rolled
any
any
seven.
7.
Six to the
Right.
third.
Any 7.
18%.
I haven't. Steve, you're close.
19%, 70%.
17.
I know. I'm trying to put 6 in my head.
17%.
All right.
So it's 6. Yeah, it's 1/6. So it's 6. 1/6 rounded up to 17%. That was fun. All right, we are. Wow, we're really playing for the
Close
championship
game.
here. Here we go, Steve.
Keeper
Except for me.
200.
Keeper 200. This will make a difference, by the way. Their job is to stop the
Catch
ball.
goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
The ball from getting past them. I think George, I heard it. Goalkeeper.
Yeah.
No, that was Steve. That was
That was
Steve.
me.
I
Was
said
it Steve who
catcher.
said goalkeeper?
It was Steve. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Look at those scores.
Woo.
All
Look at
right.
those scores.
I'm not in it. I'm staying
All
out of it.
right.
Oh Jesus.
400.
This
This
is
is
the
it.
one.
This is like Final Jeopardy.
Get
for
this,
everyone.
Ian, please.
No, I'm not. I'm not part of it.
For 400. A clerk responsible for keeping
Record
financial.
keeper.
Bookkeeper. Bookkeeper.
Hey,
Who
Bookkeeper.
said
yeah.
bookkeeper? Who
Bookkeeper.
said it? George?
George got it.
George is the
Get
winner
it.
this week.
And
Good
with-
job,
let's-
George.
Oh, come on.
George.
Come on.
Perfect
There we go.
timing.
Appropriately.
There we go. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Appropriately.
Let's get some more.
There we
Get
get
some
There
some
he
more.
is.
balloons and stuff. Hey,
You are the
yo.
champion. You
what
yes.
was the other one?
Perfect ending.
Thumbs up. Thumbs
no,
up.
thumbs up. Yeah. There you
Hey!
go. One.
Well done.
Oh,
well
look at
played,
that.
everyone.
I
That
have
was
20
good.
seconds left, too. Gentlemen, I so appreciate it.
That was good.
Always
Yeah,
fun to
I'm off-
have
I'm-
you, George.
I'm playing drums for this production of Pippin, which is really, really fun. It's great. The coolest thing about this gig is my stuff is set up. I arrive, I play, and I
Mhm.
leave.
Oh, yeah.
I don't break down.
Oh,
I don't set
beautiful.
up, and it's
You're
for
like,
3 weeks.
So long,
It's
Chris.
Wow.
so great. I've never had a job like this for
That's the
3 weeks
best.
where like all my shit is just there, and I sit and play,
Awesome.
and I it's like so rock and roll. It's
Have
amazing.
Yeah,
fun.
right. No
Amazing.
kidding. That's
Love it.
big time.
Have
I
fun, George.
appreciate it, guys. I'll see you guys soon. All right.
Right.
George,
Yes,
bro. Thank
absolutely.
you, my friend.
George, watch the Aurora this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Don't
definitely.
forget.
Yeah, I will
Don't
check. I will
forget.
check for sure. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Bye,
we'll
chat.
We'll never
See
know how
ya.
old he is. Bye bye. We're doing an old quiz. Let's do it.
Oh.
All right, old quiz.
Old quiz before we end.
right.
And there might be actually, there's a couple other things. What store used to
Circuit
be
City.
here?
No, Blockbuster. That's Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, everybody agree?
Oh, if they're giving you a multiple choice.
Yeah, so the
It's
game
100%
is
Blockbuster.
if you can tell what these are.
Oh,
you're
okay.
Blockbuster. Yeah, that's definitely what used to be here.
Telephones,
Can you make it bigger?
Public phones.
Yeah,
payphones.
hold on. Is that
payphones.
how's that?
payphones.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Payphones.
Mhm.
I'll try not to show the.
Yeah, yeah.
What was supposed to happen at midnight?
That was
Y2K.
Y2K.
Y2K. Very good. Let's see. What cartoon is this screen from?
Ooh, that's
Batman?
is that
I actually know. I'll show after if you can.
Oh, is that Pokemon in the background?
No.
No.
No,
Uh,
I'll show the multiple choice. Here we go. Doug, Rugrats, Cat Dog.
maybe
or-
Ren and Stimpy?
Cat
I
dog.
think it's Rugrats.
Who
Cat dog.
are we gonna go with? It. We're
I never really watched any of these.
I'm not.
cartoons.
This is
I
more
watched
my
some
generation.
Ren and Stimpy, but
It's
not most.
Rugrats.
This is it's Rugrats. It's
It
my
is Rugrats. Okay.
definitely so Rugrats. I'll say.
I watched a couple of their Halloween episodes.
Yeah.
Did they
Why
scare you?
is this TV set to channel 3?
So the VCR can work through it.
Bob, Evan, agreed.
Yeah, VCR.
Because that's
VCR.
what would happen when you turn
Well,
it
now
on.
look, to play video games, to
No.
rewind the tape, to connect to cable.
Cable.
Ooh.
CDs.
Ooh.
I mean, I would say
Not to play
to
CDs.
play video games.
The
I say
connect to cable would be.
No, it's to play video games.
Oh, is it? Maybe. Yeah.
You got to put it to a neutral channel. So either
Okay, video games.
VHS or video games.
Yeah, and they used to have a 3 or 4 that you
Yeah.
could switch to.
yeah.
Wow.
If you guys remember that. Oh, what is this?
That
Yeah,
ashtray.
An ashtray. Yeah.
Ashtray.
Oh, show.
Bigger
Wow. Can you
ashtray.
imagine?
I
Wow.
mean, my
Remember
grandma
ashtrays on
that was awesome.
flights.
Ooh, what movie is this?
That's Titanic.
Poseidon Adventure.
Titanic.
Poseidon
I think.
Adventure.
Poseidon Adventure. Oh,
I don't think
no. Deep Blue Sea,
Oh, it's not there.
Waterworld, Titanic, or Point Break.
Titanic.
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 But don't spoil the ending.
Well, I don't know. What restaurant used to be in this?
Pizza Hut.
Oh, interesting.
Um,
Maybe.
yeah, I think so. I think it's is that a Pizza
Huh?
Hut?
Pizza Hut, Subway, Domino's, or Blimpie.
Yeah, Pizza Hut.
Probably
Pizza
Pizza
Hut.
Hut.
Let's move on. What would this be attached to?
One of those
stuffed animal.
beanie baby things.
Beanie Baby.
Yes, you're right. Good job, Beanie Baby.
Oh gosh.
What is this man's name?
Oh yeah, that's your friend on MySpace.
Very good. What's his name though?
What?
Doug. I for Matt. Was it Matt?
He was like the CEO or the creator,
Yeah.
and he was he was everybody's friend by default. You had to be his friend, essentially.
Ah,
Really?
Yeah, on MySpace.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't
look.
think I ever had it. No clue.
Tom?
He looks more like he's not a Clark. It looks like
Looks like a
maybe
Pete.
He looks like
Looks
a
like a
Pete.
Pete to me. Ian,
I'll
you
be
have
the
to know
decider.
this,
It's
right?
Tom.
It's
It's
Tom.
It's definitely
Okay.
Tom. What is this? Wow, that's kind of hard.
That's a piece of plastic and
Oh,
in a
I know what
shape.
it is actually now. I thought it was like a baby changing thing, but it's not. It's
How
smaller.
big is it?
Is
How
it
big
It's
is
a fit in your hand.
Is it a sensor?
No, it's probably my generation.
Okay.
Would use this. I'm thinking that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
What are the options?
No ideas.
I'll
Yeah,
show you
I
that.
don't know.
Cassette tape, 8-track,
No.
N64 cartridge, hit clip.
What's a hit clip?
Yeah, I don't even know what a hit clip is.
There you go.
It's not the top two.
No, it's definitely not the top.
I
two.
don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a
Nintendo
game
64 cartridge.
I'll
I don't
say-
think so.
I'll say hit clip. Just
Yeah,
by
it has to be
default.
hit clip from
Hit clip?
process of elimination. Everyone's saying it's N64
It's
though.
an N64 cartridge.
Oh yeah, I never
Yeah.
had.
Oh.
Yeah, it was more
Yeah.
my than yours.
Come on, we're Atari people.
Oh, this
here.
is a good one because I know what it is. Whose bedroom is this? Come on, millennials.
Is that the Magic School Bus?
No, but
Like-
similar era.
Is it
Yeah.
Doug?
No. Any other off the top domes? I'll show you. Here we go. Big Bob's, Tommy Pickles,
Oh
Arnold.
gosh, the only one I kind of know is maybe Arnold's.
I don't know any of those.
I don't know any.
Tommy
That's not my
Pickles?
generation.
Tommy Pickles is from Rugrats,
Yeah.
by the way. It's not
Arnold's?
Rugrats. It's Arnold's. I'll just do it.
Okay,
I'll give you that one.
that's the name of the
Hey,
restaurant. on Happy
Arnold.
Days.
Oh my God, this is like more my generation. What is this person supposed to draw? Is about to draw? I don't know if you guys ever. I don't think you were.
So you're out of our
This
generation.
is out of your generation. You're probably just about having kids, or maybe out of college.
We used to fold up sheets of paper and to make footballs.
Footballs.
and
Sure.
flip them. Yeah,
Let's
you
see
do.
if chat knows what this is.
Huh.
If they say the, or they just say a single letter,
Slipknot logo.
is it a face, an S, a cube, or a dog? You guys know
Face.
what it is.
Not a cube.
I'll give it to you
think.
for this one. It's an S. I don't know if you've ever seen these fancy S's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like a
Yeah.
You do a triangle on the
negative
bottom,
space
triangle
kinda
on the
thing
top,
or
and then
something.
you do like a cross, like angled.
Yeah.
It's like
That's why someone said the Slipknot S.
Yes.
which is what they did.
What show is this? Notebook.
That's
Blue's
Blue's
Clues.
Clues. That I
Very
remember because I had a
good.
kid who watched.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Blue's
That-
Clues.
See, that's now they
You put it in your notebook.
Oh, what is this person doing?
Rewinding the
They
tape.
tried to
or
unstick
slack.
a cassette
Getting
tape.
the
Yeah.
slack
Yeah,
out of the
unsticking.
tape.
Yeah, it's
Playing,
spoiled out. It's
erasing,
pulled out.
Rewinding a tape. Yeah.
Rewinding a tape. Here we go. Where would you find one of these?
In the
In a
car,
car.
rolling down your windows.
Duh.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Duh, Bob.
What went inside these?
Oh, those are
Ooh,
the 3.5-inch flops.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's the
yeah,
diskettes.
floppy disks.
Floppies, yeah.
Floppy disks. Yeah.
Very
Awesome.
good. What went inside this?
Vi-
That's kinda hard
videotape.
to see.
Oh, that was
I don't, I'm
like,
like,
it's separated like peanut butter.
oh,
and jelly or
VHS
something.
cassette.
Videotape.
Ooh, I think yeah.
Food product.
VHS tape, cassette tape, and
VHS. Definitely VHS.
VHS.
Yeah?
Very
Okay.
good. What is this?
It's a temperature.
Oh, you
thing.
plug it into the phone line. Is
Uh,
that an
oh,
old modem?
No,
It goes
is it
into
a
your
number
food in the
identifier?
oven.
Caller
caller
ID.
ID.
Meat
Yeah.
thermometer.
Probably a meat thermometer.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not
it-
kidding.
Really?
No, it's
No,
caller
it's a
ID.
caller
They
wrong.
exist.
You got to
They
look at the
exist.
end, Bob. Look at the end. That's a phone connection.
Can you see?
I-
Do you have a big
It's
enough
hard to
screen?
see.
Yeah,
It's really
it's
fuzzy.
pretty blurry.
Oh,
You got to get
Film.
full screen on that. That's
Film.
film
Camera
canister,
film.
110
Film.
yeah,
Or
film.
you could put your weed in there.
Bob, no, wait, hold on.
Hell yeah.
You can put your weed in it, man.
I'm not kidding.
That's on an
Where
airplane.
would you find one of these?
That's the
Airplane.
back seat of an airplane.
Airplane.
Airplane, the movie.
The seat in front of you.
I don't know how long this is.
What
program,
program is
this?
that?
Ooh,
Holy crap.
what operating system? First off,
Is that,
Is that-
AOL or something?
that's
What is it?
Windows XP, by the way.
Windows
I'm
XP.
pretty sure.
Is that file manager? No, it's not file manager, is it?
Well, it's kind of hard to see, but it does. You know, I mean,
Is that a file copy?
oh, I know what it is.
Windows
I know what it
95
is.
coming
I know
soon.
what it is. It was something that Metallica was really pissed off about.
Oh, Napster?
Oh, Napster?
Yeah.
Napster, yeah.
Napster.
Might have been
Holy shit.
LimeWire technically, but I think it's Napster.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, Napster's
It was the green
the
kind of
poster
thing,
child
think
for
it's-
that.
Yeah,
Is that Napster or is it
that's
LimeWire?
Napster.
Is it
I
Napster?
mean, I don't
It's
know.
LimeWire.
I
Yeah.
don't know
Oh,
LimeWire.
LimeWire.
It was the
Never-
other one. Yeah, it's
It
like
looked like it was a file sharing app, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know LimeWire.
That's not fair.
they were pissed off about Napster, I think, but LimeWire was very popular too.
Yeah.
What is the name of this toy? I didn't
It
know
has
had
a name?
I know. I didn't know it has a name either.
It's
Called,
not a plushie toy, is it?
No.
yeah, I didn't know
Rainbow
that.
Sphere.
Oh,
Koosh
Koosh.
ball, bumble
Koosh
ball,
ball.
yo-yo ball.
Koosh ball.
Yeah, it's a Koosh ball. I don't
Yeah.
know that name.
That name sounds
Kinda-
familiar.
What is this card for? That's so obvious.
Oh, that's Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
Aha! What is this game from?
Oh, that's from
Come on.
Atari?
You can do it.
the trail,
The Trail.
Oregon
Which
the
Trail?
Oregon Trail.
Hey, very good. The amazing Sun Trail.
The trail game.
Trail. Let's see.
Whoa.
Scored better than 84% of all other quiz takers.
Only 84%. We had
You're
two wrong.
You're
That's
officially
absurd.
old. Yep. Yeah, we are officially
The two
old.
that we got wrong was the LimeWire Napster debate, of course. That
Yeah,
was
I don't know.
unfortunate.
Never heard of LimeWire.
And yeah, LimeWire was.
Hmm.
I think it was technically after, and then it was.
It had to be after. Napster was the first.
Yeah, and then right, Hit Clip.
And
and
Hit Clip versus N64. Yeah.
that was definitely
Hmm.
GoldenEye N64. Woo!
So I guess is the title removed from that square?
Yeah,
there?
it would be in that center
They pulled off the
Oh,
thing. Yeah.
that's why.
to not give it away.
Yeah. I thought there was probably some sticker there that was pulled off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was fun. We're old.
We're all
Okay.
in that
Not
Embrace
that we
the old.
didn't know that.
that we needed a confirmation.
Oh, I said
Yeah.
Oregon incorrectly, right? Oregon.
It's Oregon.
Oregon.
It's
Oregon.
not. They don't want
Like
it's
grinder.
not Oregon. Yeah, it's Oregon.
But
Oregon.
kind of who?
It's not a shape. Yeah, those
People
people,
from
that live there.
Oregon, I guess. Is
like
that
Nevada.
how come I'm not allowed to call
Nevada.
Nevada.
It's
Oregon?
Nevada.
Oregon.
It's gone.
Oregon.
Yeah.
We did get some updates, from our Instagram chat, which thanks for this. But apparently there was some pretty serious flooding
Too early,
in
Bob.
Brazil.
Sorry.
I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah, though I saw a horse.
Bob, your camera's flipped, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Go
So
into
if
your
you-
settings and you
flip.
could reverse the camera.
So if you write red rum, we won't be able to.
So yeah, it was pretty catastrophic flooding. Somebody was mentioning in the Instagram chat.
Yeah,
That looks pretty bad.
it's
Yeah,
bad.
it's pretty bad. Apparently, in like the span of a day or so, it was more than or close to half the rainfall for the year,
Wow.
Wow.
which is pretty.
They don't have enough places for the water to go. Too much concrete and
Right.
asphalt.
Yeah, and apparently this also came on the heels of relaxing certain environmental regulations,
Yeah,
including flooding.
Yeah.
This is a very big city, obviously.
But Ian, those regulations are just there to oppress
Oh.
well-meaning businesses
That's true. I
to
mean,
destroy the economy, and
yes.
it's just woke nonsense to make
Mhm.
the lips feel good.
Think of all the city surfers that can now
Yeah.
wares. I don't
Who
know.
are you to tell a corporation that they can't
It's
destroy the
true.
planet?
It's true. Yeah, I mean that's pretty deep. If that guy's,
I mean, yeah.
I think it's 200,000 plus people have been evacuated, which is
Gosh, I mean,
Yeah.
this is like Katrina level stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
Remember Katrina?
Oh my
that was
Remember that?
Remember it? Yeah.
that was
That was
the
18
that was
years-
the
19
low
years.
point of George W. Bush's presidency,
Mm.
which was not the most stellar to begin with, but that was
Mhm.
definitely the low point.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Oh gosh, terrible,
Yeah,
horrible.
we do have one other story, but I don't know if you guys talked about it. The deep fakes of dead loved ones. Did you see that?
We did. We talked about it on the show
Right on
this
the
week.
show.
Listen
Oh
to it
yeah, so
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
That'll be a not a spoiler, but something
Yeah,
to look
Tomorrow.
forward
Very
to.
cool.
a very thoughtful discussion about.
I meant to show this image
Should-
of
did
the
we-
red sprites, right? Is that's the
Sprites,
lightning that
yeah.
goes up from the clouds, right? Isn't that what
Wow,
they-
that's intense.
What is that?
Is that electric?
that's called the red sprite? I mean, apparently it's the lightning that goes up above the clouds.
Oh, yeah.
the light. Yeah,
Red sprites.
cool. Wonder why the red tint?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. That's a good question.
Atmospheric.
Yeah, it's going through. It's going through a lot of atmosphere to get to
Right.
you.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why the
So-
sunset is red.
Rarely observed,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
it's an interesting phenomena. If we can plan an extravaganza and a private show around that, we'll figure that out for you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That would be
No
worth
kidding.
seeing. Sometime we're in the sky. Yeah, nitrogen. I don't know. That's a good question.
The next eclipse is in 2026. Oh my gosh,
True.
it's only 2 years away.
It's true.
Spain or Iceland? Or that's our choice. Spain or Iceland.
Okay,
Or
so we-
somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, we could do that. We could charter a.
Or just buy tickets on one. We don't have to charter one for ourselves. But
Yeah.
but we could do a skeptical
Cruise.
a skeptical eclipse cruise.
Oh, now you're talking. Now you're talking something super special.
That would be fun. SG cruise.
How are you on
Yeah.
boats, Steve?
Terrible.
So maybe you want to reconsider that.
No, it's not happening. Let's just be
okay.
clear.
So it's a big tease.
It's an interesting idea. It's not happening. Every single time I've been on a boat on the ocean, I have puked my guts up.
Really?
Yeah. And it's
But
like
just
the
don't bring your
worst
guts.
feeling in the world. Like it is absolutely.
So why do some people have sea legs and others don't? Like, what's the difference?
I'm in your ears, right?
Exposure and
Vestibular
getting
system.
used to it?
It's probably just more your brain processing than the vestibular system itself.
Mm.
Vestibular system just is what senses it. But I don't know. I have a very sensitive motion sickness trigger. Any disconnect between my visual system and my vestibular system is instant motion sickness, and especially vertically. That's why the waves are the worst, because you're going up and down. It's horrible. I just remember
The Milford Sound trip when
I was
New
5, we took a cruise when I was 5. Bob would have been 6, and
Puked on the boat.
I did, but the thing I remember about it is we were like all walking from point A to point B, whatever. We were going somewhere, and I was so seasick. I got to the top of the stairs, and I just sat there. Like I couldn't move.
Mhm.
And the family going on without me. They eventually figured out I wasn't behind them, but I was just like paralyzed.
Yeah, you basically
with
shut
motion
down.
sickness. I
like, your
shut down.
system-
Yeah.
Didn't the captain step on in the puke?
I puked on his shoes, apparently. They must get that all the time.
Yeah.
No, so it's actually a limiting factor for VR with me. I can't do anything where
Mhm.
there's any vertical movement in the game. I have to I can only teleport.
Teleport, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I tried playing the Fallout 4 virtual
Mhm.
reality version, which is a little bit hinky because it was an after thing.
Mhm.
It was an add-on. There were some parts some things about that were really cool, but I tried it. It has the teleport mode or the running mode. I tried it once in the running mode. It lasted about 10 seconds. As soon as you hit uneven terrain, it's like instant motion sickness. Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
bad. Half-Life Alyx was good though, right? Because that was teleportation, right? Or you could set it to teleportation.
Yeah. I play all the games in teleportation mode. So I have a pretty I play in this office, and it's pretty cleared out. So I have a decent space I can move around in. And then when you make any big movements, you got to just teleport.
Yeah.
But I can't. So as long as I'm moving, I'm okay. But what I can't do is have my character run while
Right.
I'm not running.
Right.
Right. That can't happen. They're working on technologies to mitigate that. I'm very dubious. I don't think we know how to really do that. But I know there's this one company that is working on a device that basically just stimulates you behind the ear.
Uh-huh.
And then there's another one where they vibrate your feet to try to simulate the vertical movement in some way. But again, I'd be happy to try all these technologies, but I just don't think.
Did you see the Disney floor one? The Disney floor has
I've heard that, yeah.
That one, it moves so
Yeah.
you can walk on it. I've seen people stream it, but not with that. But there's like a room size rollers that you can kind of run. So
that's what I need. I need something that moves me with the movement of my avatar.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think it's at an angle, so when you walk, it you roll back to center.
Yeah. Here's what I do wonder, because I do fine on roller coasters and things like that. But you remember the Spider-Man ride in Universal?
Yep.
They did a very good job of simulating movement. So you're surrounded by giant screens, and you're in a car that's moving a little bit, right? But the the movements are designed to give you a physical feedback so that to reinforce what you're looking on the screen.
Yeah.
It's like when you're going off a cliff, you pitch forward a little bit. It's remarkably effective. I wonder if with VR, if like a little bit of vertical movement, if it's the timing is right and the direction is right, would be enough to compensate for a disproportionate amount of vertical movement in the virtual space. You know what I mean? Because if that might be like the only thing that could really get rid of the that motion sickness that me and a lot of other people get with VR.
Yeah.
It is a limiting
I
factor.
have to take Dramamine, and I don't even know if that works. This is one of the large ones, so it's like a full size human can obviously stand in the middle.
Wow.
And then walk around.
Look
But
at
that's
drugs work
extreme.
a little bit. Drugs do work, but
Yeah.
they're all sedating, all the ones that are effective. So
Side effects. And some people asked about elevators, Steve.
no, elevators are fine.
Even outdoor ones, you can kind of see what's going
Yeah,
on around.
yeah. That again, seeing is helpful, right?
Yeah.
It's when my vision and my the movement are disconnected. But
Mhm.
the when when you're on a plane and you get the dip, that's bad too.
Yeah.
That dip
that
is
fall,
bad
that
too.
little fall sensation. Ugh.
Yeah.
We have a couple questions that maybe we can just bang out real quick before.
Yeah,
we
sure.
end. So one question was about Helion Energy, which I think is a fusion company.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Oh
wanna
yeah.
talk directly about it, but this guy was saying, "What's your take on it?" Because he's thinking about getting a job there, and what should I take into consideration when making this decision?
So what kind of
Helion Energy is like a fusion.
what kind of fusion are they doing?
Startup? I don't know. That's
It
a good
is,
question. Bob probably knows.
Helion.
Magneto inertial fusion technology to produce helium-3.
Don't work for Magneto. He's no good. That guy.
That's true.
So do not take that job.
Via a neutronic fusion. ANEU tronic fusion.
News? No, not.
Making
Nothing
some
I'm
bold
familiar.
claims here.
It's been a while since I learned about them, and it is some bold claims. Is that the one that that Microsoft put a lot of money in, and they in a couple of years they've got to show some results, or they get millions of dollars or something?
Helion Energy, Microsoft.
Oh, this one. Okay, yeah, we looked at this one. I think it's very dubious.
Yeah. But if you can make some cheddar, you know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. You gotta pay those student loans.
As long as the check doesn't
I
bounce,
mean, so while the money flows.
I think they were still a really long way from generating excess electricity.
Wow.
But I've been up. I think the last time we looked at this was maybe a year ago. So I don't know if there's any update.
So grain of salt.
Yeah.
With that one,
you go work for them and you tell us what's.
Yeah, actually, that's
give us the inside scoop.
Although the whistleblowers, as of late, have not a good run, so be careful.
Yeah, just use a fake name.
Just anyway, so can Steve comment on the scientific validity of research in emotional intelligence?
So that's a kind of a big question.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's legitimate, research into that, but it's very difficult, because it's a very squirrely thing to nail down. It's not like it's hard to quantify, so you need to develop validated measures that are all constructs. You know what I mean? When we say construct, it's like in psychology, you have to deal with a construct because you can't measure the actual thing. It's just an idea about how that thing works. You know what I mean? So you come up with something that sort of represents something you think is a marker for the thing you're trying to measure. And then you have to validate it by saying, does it predict things that you think it would predict? And does it correlate with things you think it should correlate with? But it's always with a little question mark because we don't know if it is the thing that we're interested in or if there's something else. There's a confounding factor. So I'd have to look at a specific study that you have in mind. It's hard to sort of paint the whole field of research with a broad brushstroke. I just file that with most psychological research like that, like social psychology research. It could, depends on the specific question they're asking and how they went about answering it. I don't know if that helps or not, but Again, if you have anything more specific, I'll be happy to take a look at it.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, there's no question that emotional intelligence, I think, is a thing.
Yeah.
You know, if that's the question. But again, it's a construct. It's like, you know, what do psychologists mean when they talk about emotional intelligence, and how do they measure your EQ, which they talk about? It's like it's as much of a construct as IQ is. You know, it's not a real thing. It's just we're just choosing to measure something we could measure, and it has some kind of relationship with something that we think of as intelligence, but it's not. We're not down to bedrock, right? We're not down to like this is a fundamental unit of how the brain and the mind works. It's just a concept of again, a construct of what we think is going on.
And then the final one, which isn't really a question, but is the justice for Bob from Meepy. I went frame by frame on the time for 800 question, and Bob started saying time zone a split second before Steve.
Yeah, but
Wow.
volume counts though.
Volume does count.
No, it doesn't.
unfortunately.
Irrelevant.
But
Well,
Ian,
I
Ian, let me
tried
ask
to
you-
ask if who said it first. You know, I try to throw it out there and not be the
Well,
lone
I just-
judge because I'm reading the question. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily hear who's
Yeah, it's hard to
ringing in
tell
first.
who.
It can be hard to tell, but I think let me ask
Latency.
you a question.
Okay.
Can
I
be.
mean, is it actually so? What is the real time relationship between what people are hearing and what's happening from our perspective?
So on the different platforms, there's certainly a difference. Like I think
There could be delays.
on YouTube. Well, there would definitely be latency between the two of you. You
But
know, which
not
is
the
why we had
audio
the whole
signal
button
itself.
thing
Yeah.
with like BVZ. So at least it was like as best as we could do it. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But like with I mean, we could implement the BVZ buzzers here if we wanted to really get
Yeah.
fancy, but it's not really like that serious.
It's not.
Yeah,
who
it's
cares?
not.
You know,
it's just
but-
a fun thing we're doing.
I mean, the latency between platforms, that would not affect necessarily the both of you, but obviously it's different.
But what I'm saying is, like, am I hearing Bob like a half a second delayed?
from reality,
Yeah.
probably yes.
Because like all I know is like if I start saying it before I hear it, I think I went first. But Bob may also start saying it
Yeah.
before he
Right.
hears it.
True.
And
That's
so-
why we basically need like whoever, either me or
yeah, a
Evan,
third party.
to be like, okay, I heard this first.
Yeah,
because it kind of merges.
Yeah, yeah.
But there are latency issues, obviously, like with Evan, with
Obviously.
VPN. You know what I mean, like
Yeah.
that. So
I
Speed of
turned
light
it off, by the way.
being what
we
it
could
is.
do this in studio sometime. You
We
know?
could.
Maybe for like a 12-hour
Yeah.
show if we
Oh,
have
hell
that
no.
coming up. Some of these,
12
if
hour or
and if you
24
want that
hours.
to happen, that's right. If you want that to happen, go to
Become a patron.
patreon.com/skeptics guide. Become a patron.
Push us over that edge.
It is a patron, not
but-
like number of patrons. So,
Kara will hate it.
So-
24
He'll do
hours.
it.
Bob and I'll be like, nope.
but I have some interesting
Yeah, but-
games planned for that anyway, so that'll be
Mhm.
fun. I think.
Yeah,
Be a
but
lot
don't
of fun.
forget where I'm sitting though, there could be denser rock underneath me, and then there's gravitational time dilation, and it gets
Oh my
all
God, he's
messed
back
up.
on
We
the-
did
Yeah.
talk about that.
Like
Elevation
picoseconds.
counts, right, Bob? Doesn't
Yeah,
elevation play a
elevation.
factor in that as
Yeah.
well?
I think I'm a little bit higher than you.
Absolutely.
Because they're doing measurements up in the Rocky Mountains that don't
Well,
necessarily.
Yeah, I'm relativistically slowed compared to Bob.
Yeah.
Out there.
Put synchronized clocks on the wall behind you. That's true. We could do that. That would be pretty fun.
Synchronized atomic clock.
And go. Cesium.
But then we have to know that we're receiving the clue at the same time. There
That's
isn't
true.
a differential
Mhm.
delay
That
that
does become a
direction.
problem.
Yeah, man. Picoseconds matter.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Or we could just assume it all comes out in the wash and who cares?
Right. Or we could just
Either way, George won. So what is it doing?
That's
for-
true.
Right?
George.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it. We don't have any
Yeah.
more questions in the thing.
That's
Thank you
it.
everybody
Thank
for
you,
being
people.
here.
That's it. This Friday is closed.
That's right.
Friday.
Thank you, Instagram
So,
also.
Ian, I really do need you to get those.
I know.
files
I'm.
for us.
We'll yeah, we could.
We'll talk offline.
I'll call Jay to find out where he saved it.
Yeah. Okay.
I have it. I'm in his computer, but I
Yeah.
will get that. He's not flying, right? He's there already.
He
Colorado?
should be there
Should
already.
be there. Okay.
Where did he
I'll
go?
call him.
Where's Jay?
Colorado.
It's 2
Oh,
hours
Colorado.
early, or however many, 2 hours early, right? So it should be fine.
Colorado.
All right, everybody.
All
I
right.
think that's it. Bye.
Have a good weekend,
Have a good
everyone.
weekend. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Where's the button? Here's the button. Bye. Bye.
Skeptic's Guide to the Universe is produced by SGU Productions. dedicated to promoting science and critical thinking. For more information, visit us at theskepticsguide.org. Send your questions to info@theskepticsguide.org. And if you would like to support the show and all the work that we do, go to patreon.com/skepticsguide and consider becoming a patron and becoming part of the SGU community. Our listeners and supporters are what make SGU possible.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Real Show.
That's right.
Starring Ian. I am his humble sidekick, Evan.
I almost said to Steve, "Oh, we'll just talk after the show."
Yeah, and
just stay on, and we'll stay. And I was like,
"Yeah, you should have." Oh, that would have been it, but
almost did.
Alas, not this week.
Alas. We do have some breaking news, actually, even in the post-show breaking news.
Wow.
Apparently,
okay.
and this is coming to us from Twitter, which your mileage may vary, but in Europe, Europe, there are apparently thousands of reports of aurora, northern lights, going on right now.
Cool.
And as you can kind of see,
we're not going to be able to see it here in Connecticut. We're all clouded out tonight.
Yeah, we are clouded out. In the map of where you can possibly see it, apparently.
Yeah, look at that. Whoa!
Like way up there, and also it's possible in New York.
You get some little spikes. Yeah,
possible, but
yeah, we don't normally get to see it in our band normally.
Yeah,
so it is quote unquote exciting in a way when we do have moments that we can potentially see it at our latitude of, we are at 41 degrees north latitude.
Mm-hmm.
But I also understand, it's these flares or whatever they're going to be, whatever we're calling them, that are going to be occurring over the next 24, 48 hours. I don't know how much Steve talked about it at the beginning of the show. But they said, brace yourselves. There could be problems, major problems coming our way. But at least it'll be pretty, and we get aurora borealis. Okay, but if our grids get impacted or our internet and our satellites get cooked or something, that ain't good.
Yeah,
that ain't good.
That ain't good.
You want to know why I was late today?
Yes, please.
I want to share this story with you. I was late because I was at an appointment to have my car serviced.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 3:00 appointment. I said, "How long will this appointment take?" While I was making the appointment for the service, I said, an hour 15 tops. Okay, fine, I can do it. Therefore, on Friday, I can get home in time to do the show. Right. So they were totally off on that time. And what did they have to do to my car? They had to change oil.
Sure.
Okay? And one of my headlights was out. Okay, there's about 56,000 miles on the car. Okay, and the headlight knocked out. All right, replace the headlights. I've replaced headlights myself before in cars, but sometimes they're a little, you need the right tools to pull the thing off. I'll just have the dealer do it. All right, you guys do it. All right, so they replaced the headlight. Okay, I want to show that. You ever hear the expression "bring the receipts"? I brought the receipts. I want to show you what one headlight on this car is right there. See that?
Oh,
that's a headlight.
504. Oh,
181. That is the port. Okay.
Oh,
right here.
God.
$417 for a headlight, and installed $500. They charged me $80 for labor for a headlight on the car.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! It's the thing. So I asked the guy, I said, all right. I said, maybe this is some optional super headlight that comes with the car.
Yeah,
you can go and get, the normal human price.
Not aftermarket.
For a light bulb.
Sure, yeah.
Basically. And I said, can
that at Home Depot?
I got any options here? Anything? Nope. It's one and one only. That's how they get you sometimes, these things. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Search for that light bulb on Amazon and then
I mean, you know, if I knew it was okay, so if I knew, I'd know how do I even know there's a $400 headlight for a common car? I didn't even know that was a thing. And if I did, I probably would have looked it up myself, see if I could have bought the part myself, and probably watched some YouTube videos about how to install the damn thing. So I probably would have taken a crack at it. And I probably could have gotten that part for who knows how much less than my own labor and time. What the heck, you never know. But I brought the
dealer
receipt.
prices. People seem to be suggesting.
So they were late in my appointment, and I had to pay through the nose for a headlight.
Yeah, and was it not the whole headlight assembly, just the headlight?
Oh, it's just the light, the bulb, the bulb within the fixture.
Yeah.
Which is multi-purpose, and it turns on with this and turns off. It has 5-way.
But still.
Fine. I don't care if it makes me, chicken salad at night. It's $400 for the bulb part.
I know.
But my tires on the car aren't even, a tire isn't even $400. Not even. It's like, what?
Any chance Steve could get mad about this when he finds out about the post show? You mean your comment? Yes, he will get mad about your comment. No. Or about the $400 light bulb? He will.
Ian, you can relate to this, okay? Because I, like you, I used to be in the production industry as well, mainly television production. We would have high-end camera equipment. We were, rental facility, and that was what we did. We put together these packages for people. So there would be these cameras, right? Like, Sony's Betacam cameras, digital Betacam, right? This is while tape was still a thing before it all went to chips and things. So these cameras, were the bodies of the cameras were about $60,000 for one of these, and then you'd put a lens on it, which could be another like $40,000, and then you trick it out with some other. So you're definitely talking about $100,000 rig, in each of these broadcast quality cameras and stuff. And then you would have your service department, okay, and there would be tools, okay, like special screwdrivers and things, right? You can't just go to Home Depot, buy a screwdriver, open the thing up, and do all the work you have to. No, you have to buy the Sony specific 5-knotted headed thing, which only fits this specific screw, which only goes in that specific. And those tools were like, I don't know, $800 for like one of these things, or $1,000 for that thing. So specific to the thing itself. It was, and I just never sat right when they're like, oh my gosh, they make these super expensive things, and then they can't even allow you some liberty to use common tools to do things like screws in and out of the thing. No, they have to get you for more. That's what this feels like to me.
Yeah,
you can relate to that. Ian.
I can certainly. It's a little bit better now, but like there's still some things where they, I don't know if it really is antitrust to that level, but it's like something to, where government regulation obviously has to like force the iPhone to be a USB-C rather than their proprietary lightning.
Right.
So it is, it does seem like whatever they can get away with.
Yeah, right. What can they get away with? And they get away with it, like in examples like that, and examples like this, and
star screws. Yes, the Mac
star screws, right?
Star screws. The right to repair is a good,
Yeah, I don't know
for farmers,
Yeah, we haven't talked about that much on the show. I don't know that it really comes up in a skeptical context, but it probably is something we should talk about. Have we promoted the Chicago stuff?
Yes, so the Chicago dates are there. In fact, I think Jay sent out an email also for the location of the Chicago private show.
Because I know some people were asking about that because they have to book hotels.
Anybody else who needs to, it's in Naperville, I think. So it's a little bit further outside of the city, obviously, because we needed to be further away because of the DNC. I don't think there's a lot of public transport up there. I think there is actually a train or something like that does get there, but you probably will still need some driving. So that a lot of the people in Discord, if you're on Discord, are organizing a rideshare thing,
smart.
or at least maybe in one of the channels. Actually, we'll follow up on that maybe next time.
That would be good. Yeah,
and that would be cool.
Try
Yeah,
to save people as much as they possibly can. Ride sharing would definitely be the way to do that.
big. Like it's and it's not like as accessible as New York is. It's kind of sprawled out in a weird way. So good luck with that. But so yeah, if you are gonna if you haven't thought about buying tickets, go ahead and do so now that you have a location.
Mm-hmm.
Base your accommodations around that.
Man, it's going to be such a great show. It,
Yeah,
it
I
really
would
is.
go.
I know we say
A
that
lot.
about like practically all the shows we do, but this one will very much be special.
Yeah.
It will be extra special, I think, for me in a way, because
Mhm.
there's going to be a lot of reminiscing, and for those of us who have kind of been there since the beginning and even before the beginning, when we were the Connecticut Skeptical Society and stuff, it's just gonna. Oh my gosh, there's so many memories and so many things we either haven't talked about in a long time or have not even brought up before. So there's going to be, even though it's a retrospective in a way, there's going to be a lot of fresh and funny and enjoyable content. It's just going to be a special
5-hour
super
thing,
special event.
so it's gonna
And that's
be
5 hours going
awesome.
to go fast. I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you right now that is not going
But
to
it'll be fun.
It will be a lot of
It'll
fun.
be a good one. All right, I hear
Yep,
babies.
let's call
crying.
it.
I gotta
Let's do
run.
it. Thank
All
you
right,
all.
everyone.
Thank you for everything. Continued support. See you next time. Thank you, Ian, for all you do.
Of course. We'll
All
see
right.
you in the future. Bye bye.
Appreciate you all. Thank you.